Morning, folks. Alright, so I fucked up. I left the camera at the shop. So don't adjust your sets or whatever. I'm speaking up. This thing's gotten. I can make it pick up my voice reasonably on my webcam. You still got this aberration in the background. I'm sorry. This is how Sunday morning coffee is gonna come to you today. Shit. I got footage from this week. Not a lot. Okay, so not a lot of footage. Why? We worked on a car lot car. We backed out. We worked on shit that's been sitting a while. We just need to get out. Final touches, initial thing, whatever, and a car lot car. So, and a couple other things I got video footage in the middle of. So I got to finish filming shit to get the video out. I went to put on footage of the go-karts. I didn't take any footage of those going out the door. We will be putting them on the bodies for the customer, so we'll take the camera with us. We'll shoot some footage, we'll go from there. My big ass plan for today is smoking the last 2 cigarettes I've got because I'm out of tubes and filters, or tobacco. Drink my coffee, and get this day moving. My nephew will be down here at some point. I tried harassing him already over the phone. He ain't answering. We are going to Wild Wade swap meet today. That's the plan. That's the aim. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We do that, we will absolutely swing by the shop and grab the camera, which sadly is 7 miles in the exact opposite direction of the Iowa State Fairgrounds from us. Exact opposite direction. So, what the fuck do you do? I'll grab the camera, I'll grab the charger thing, I'll grab the pieces and parts and make it work. Let me see. Keeping one's chin up, I think, is going to be, the whole British statement of stiff upper lip. I have come to the realization of some shortcomings I hadn't fully realized I had, and we're addressing those. We're not trying, we're not working on it, we're not, fuck all that shit. I'm addressing those issues. We've come to a point right now, the shop is as mature as our current standing will allow. I'm not going to be known for doing shit work or any of the above explanatives you can say about a poor shop. We did, however, the little sectioned off area where we paint, which isn't perfect or premiere or beautiful. It's a start, okay? It's a fucking start, and that's all it is. Every week we do something to improve our situation. We actually ran a separate line over there this weekend. And I ran my line out of 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and then put the fittings and all that shit together. We had been running since we moved there 100-foot hose to the shop, through the shop, to remove the guns. It's a bad deal all around, So now we took and ran a hard line over to it, specifically just for the booth, for lack of a better word. And we got a filter and a regulator in line. Now we actually regulate the air pressure at the wall as opposed to at the gun. We filter it at the wall as opposed to at the gun. It allows a ton more freedom with the gun. It comes down to we're getting contaminants in the paint. You use the chemicals, you use your accelerators, you use your fisheye removers, you use what products you have to overcome the obstacles of what we have as shortcomings for equipment. Well, this will overcome a lot of obstacles. It's it's a cheap Home Depot setup, but it works. So that's one improvement. I'll show that off at some point in the video. Alright, so the Monty. I gotta jack it up and weld up underneath, weld some of the flanges, plug weld some of the flanges up, hold them tight. I think a couple spots on rockers just need holes welded shut where the trim used to go. And scrub down one door, level out all our body work and get it finalized. And then we scrub down the tub, we seal the lead. We're in 6-8. So the Monty is definitely on the forward of the list again. Owner will be very pleased with that news. We ran into the wall of, well, the economic wall of we weren't prepared to, nor did we really want to move the shop when we did. Our economic standing wasn't where we wanted it before we moved. Very rarely big moves in life come when you're completely prepared. And people saying they don't want to have kids till they're ready. There's no such thing. It'll spell some deep havoc in the not so distant future for us, but we're making the situation work. It's a better shop, it's a better facility, it's a better place for us to work. We can do more work there, have more projects stretched out. And with that in mind, the idea is to get Jeremy basically up in the booth shooting, and I just queue up projects behind it. It doesn't work out terribly so far. I wish Jeremy had stuck around and paint this white car Thursday night. I painted it. It came out really well. I can't read white as I can read other colors. Does that make sense? Am I the only one out there? Am I the only fucking idiot out there? I always get a run or 5. But this time around, we changed every variable. We got more accelerator, we used it. The idea is we don't have a pristine booth. So I use an accelerator on the clear coat so it will blow out and then basically freeze. It will skin over, become a dust-free surface quicker. And it does work for us. What it does is it keeps the particles that inevitably get in our little area from sticking to the paint, burrowing its little way down to the surface of the metal, and ruining the paint job. Fisheye remover, I had never used it before. I read the instructions. Come on, give me some credit. Mostly. Jeremy read the instructions. We had our air supply situation all changed up. When you go from regulating at the beginning of your 50-foot hose, filtering and regulating at the beginning of your 50-foot hose, from regulating and filtering at the gun, You can actually run a far lower pressure and get a better pattern, which is optimal. It's what you want. It was at the point that even with the guns pristinely cleaned up by Jeremy, we're having to run more than optimal cap pressure to get pattern. You reduce the paint a little more. There's things you can do, but mixing everything textbook, you actually had to run higher than optimal cap pressure, which is its own problem. You actually will change the color of the paint. We actually make white darker with that method, by my experience. We're just persevering. We're trying to gather together the people and the pieces and the parts. We've got Tommy. He comes in kind of like intern. He comes in and puts his best effort forward. It only gets us ahead maybe 3 or 4 man hours a week, but it's 3 or 4 man hours a week that we're ahead. Right now, where we're at, that's enormous. Moreover, my bigger plan gets to start moving. These young guys that want to learn about carburetors and old cars and shit like that. Tommy don't know anything past changing oil. He and my nephew, my old shop out back, I got a clothing I was storing for a buddy. There was enough room they could nose Tommy's pickup in there. They pulled the engine. Tommy never pulled an engine before. My nephew led him through it. It took him about 6 hours longer than it should have. I.e., Danny and I can jet a pickup like a fish in about an hour and a half. Because we work well together. Danny has worked with me since he was freshly 16 and he could get behind the wheel and go where he wanted. I hope in the near future you'll see more of my nephew. He is a brilliant young man. He works at a Firestone Service Center right now, and he's quickly coming to the determining factor that service work is not for him. He wants to build engines. If he has his way about it, no engine will ever go back to stock that's in his hand. Which is amazing because it was only, well, it's creeping up on 4 years ago now. His eyes are like this the first time we cracked the head off an engine. It was neato. At that point, he immersed himself in the subject, much like his uncle, i.e. me, did when I started to professionally do service work. I thought it was awesome. You take something dead and make it breathe again. And it is, but you real mechanics out there, I'm not a real mechanic. I was for a minute. It was damn good. Could be again if I wanted to. You real mechanics out there, my hat's off. It's a physically laborious job. Restoring cars has its hard work, but it's mostly dirty work. And you don't have to be a fucking world-class athlete to be a body man. Due to genetics and my past, my body hurts most of the time anyhow. I don't need that shit. Alright, so we got diverse hands coming in, and it's not for nothing. I actually teach these guys. I got another young man supposed to show up Tuesday. We will teach them how to perform the aspects they want to learn and need to learn on paint, body, restoration, carburetors. If it's got a carburetor, we work on it, whatever. And the two in mind, the two that I know of right now, nobody else has come forward. But hey, I want to come help. I want to learn. Here's one vice of mine is I can't bring someone on and pay them to learn. We're a small shop, so we have great flexibility, but I can't afford to bring someone on that knows zero and pay them to learn, unfortunately. I wish I could. I'd pick up a handful of fresh out of high school kids and teach them how I want things done. It's easier. But anyhow, the trade-off is simply this. Both these young men have project cars that are dear to them. So, what do? You make facilities available, and you make the oversight there. Make them do the work, most of it, as much of it as they can handle. Fine tune it when they're done with it as far as they can take it. That's our blessing in this new year. It's not free labor, not technically cheap labor either, because they're bringing projects in, we'll fix shit up. We'll really get them back on the road, we'll really do what they need. But the cheapest way a young man can take and learn how to and do his own car with his own hands. So that's kind of our developments as of late. I stay on the phone, I keep it moving, keep projects coming in and going, working on time management. I'm in the shop 10 to 12 hours, 3 days a week. The other two, I come up a little short because I have my children and those responsibilities. So I leave early, leave about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I come in, I'm with my kids. I will never feel bad about that, and I will never apologize for that. When it's nice out, the kids spend some time down there in the shop with me. I think that's important also. So that's really about it, guys. I got a bunch of partial videos put together, ready to go, but I got to basically get to the end of the projects, get some final photos, and ship the shit. So those should all be coming together next week. I'll have more footage. We're getting some more exciting shit. Go out there and make it happen. Do something you love. That's how you stay alive. That's how you stay young. Till then, folks, have a good day.